Hip hip hooray, it's time for another 10-minute fun time writing session. I'm so glad people have been enjoying these. It's really fun to make them, and I love writing music, so I'm glad you love writing music too. Okay, so last time we spent our 10 minutes of writing working on improving this beginning section, and I'm not feeling like we are totally done with it yet, so let's just keep improving this beginning section. I'm most concerned with creating a good transition into this point right here. So we're going to be working on this whole chunk leading up to this whole chunk. So last time we did some polishing, and this time we're going to do some more. Let's listen and see where we're at. The time is 7:52. So we will be done with this at 8:02. Okay, here we go. All right, I think I know a bigger underlying problem with this section that has led me to not really like this transition here. It's that I need more measures before this happens, and I've got an idea from that listen through to build into this section. So now we're adding an intro to our intro essentially, but really what we're doing here is we're just extending the intro so that it has a little bit more dynamic contrast. And since this section here has such long tones, it might be cool to do something that kind of alludes to this texture earlier on, so that when it comes in, it's a little bit of a smoother entrance. But let's just get cracking. So let me think for a second about what I heard, what I thought. Okay, cool. So I was thinking we could have these bomb bombs happen at the beginning. So do something like, all right, like, okay. All right, we got boom boom, doom. Bum bum bum, rest. Da 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 bum 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 bum. Okay, so I just sang my thoughts. We're gonna throw this guy in here, like this. Get rid of this dynamic marker. I'll put it in again later. Alright. Boom. Alright, so let's listen to that. Okay, I was actually hearing these as quarter notes. I wrote them as eighth notes. My bad. Alright, let's fix that. Boom, boom. And we'll tie it to a nice half note. Oh yeah. And then boom boom boom. And this should start, instead of starting on the and of one, it should start on two. So that means we're gonna have to take this whole thingy, cut it out, and put in a quarter rest here, and then paste right there. Oops. Paste right there. Okay. Boom, ba-da-da-da-dum, bum, ba-dum. And then cut off that ending chunk. Give it a little circumcision there. So we got. Okay, and now we want this to be a bum, bum. And then maybe we'll do the bump again. Yeah, we'll see. This might get boring having that twice, but Boom, boom, da da dum. Oops. Dum. Alright, let's hear that. Okay, so this theme, it seems like it's repeating too much exactly the same, so I'm just going to transpose each note down a step to create a little bit of variety here, and that might not sound great, but we'll find out soon. I'm also thinking if I go that low right away, it makes it a lot less impactful when I go low again at this measure here. So I'm trying to prevent this entrance from seeming boring or weak by making these a little higher. Alright, so now let's hear it. I'm just going to get rid of the bum-ba-dum and make this G hold out. And these bums here, they sound a little lacking, so I think what I'll do is I'll have the octave double high, and that way I'll still have some momentum here because it'll be going lower than an unprecedentedly low note, previously unprecedented in the piece. So it'll still feel impactful. Alright, I've got about 3 minutes left. And I think I'm going to make this a G, a B, and I don't know if a pianist will have a very easy time. They'll have to play the B with the right hand, which would be this B right here. So I'm gonna, I can write it like this, and I think a piano player will be able to do it. I mean, if I were writing for like the craziest piano player in the world, they'd definitely do it for almost anything. But I'm trying to think about what your average pianist would be able to do, because you never know who's going to be playing your stuff sometimes. Cool. And then I'm going to have this be a held note, and then I'm going to have diggy diggy dagga digga. Building texture here. Alright, 2 minutes left. Alright, digga 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 digga. And I'll double that. I will double that, yeah. Double that right here. And then, you know what, I might put those down an octave. That's should be cool. And then I'm going to have that lead right in to one big hit, actually. One big hit right on, I know measures are flying around right now, but I'm going to have it lead into one big hit right here. And I'm going to change this measure to make it just one measure, or one beat of 4, 1/4. So I'm going to go into this menu here, where I double click, and then I'm going to set it to be a measure of 1, which might be more confusing actually than if I made this a measure of 5. Why don't we make this a measure of 5? That'll be easier than a measure of 1. I can just delete this measure, and I'll have this hit be do ba bum. It's going to be like an arpeggiated sort of like the chord version of the notes that are arpeggiated within this run here. Ba-na, na, na. And I'm going to move some of the voices around to make it a little more interesting. And I'm going to put an E here. And then we'll have it doubled. So an F there would be good, actually. Yeah, I think an F would be good. Alright, so that should be cool because that's an open E string, so it should be easy enough to play in tune, jump up to an F. This is the open G string, play an F on the neck of the violin, and then an open E. Alright, I'm out of time. Let's see how this intro works for our intro. Oh boy, things got really messed up because now starting at this point, everything is in 1/4. I have to change that back to make everything in 4/4. Oopsie daisy. That's what we call in the business a mistake. Classic. Old school term. Classic mistake. Okay, let's give that one more listen. I'm going to cheat and throw in some dynamic markings here. Make everything piano, piano, PP, super piano, so PP. Alright. And then I'm going to add a little swell. You don't have to cut yourself off after 10 minutes in real life, but you know, that's the theme of this series, so I'm being loose today. Okay, let's listen. Oh man, something got really messed up, and I bet it's totally obvious to all of you folks because you saw me do it, but I can't figure out what did I do. I messed something up with the time signature, or I don't know. That looks right, doesn't it? No, this used to line up differently. Huh, what happened? So I went in and fixed the problem, and now you guys can hear what it actually sounds like. So here's that intro to the intro. I'm still not quite done with it, but next time I will keep working on it. Alright, I got a lot of ideas from listening to it there, but for the sake of the concept, I'm going to take a break till next time, and we'll keep working on it together. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.